hang them if they didn't want to hang them in the city, but they had the right to do it because the government gave them the right, and they didn't see slaves as human. Even in the Constitution, it says that black people are only 1/8 human. That's less than an animal, and that was never changed. A lot of the laws still have not been changed.
You mean right now the law has the right now?
Segregation and everything. Only thing they did was gave black people the right to segregate and gave them certain rights. But the laws have not changed. They have not changed the laws or usurped the laws. So if they want to put it back in place,
well, who want to put it back in place?
The government. They can.
The U.S. government?
No, the government of certain cities.
Certain city?
Right, because I think it was like 3 or 4 cities have not become part of the union. So they can make their own laws within their city.
You're talking about then or you're talking about now?
Now.
Now?
Yeah, they can make certain laws in their own city, but they still have to go by government guidelines because the government still governs the U.S. But the individual city government that have not become part of the union, they can make whatever laws they want to as long as it's within the lines and they don't overstep the federal government.
Can you say that again? Why people protesting the Lynch Museum being building there?
Okay, the new Memorial of Peace and Justice is called the Lynching Museum because they was one of the biggest slave warehouses and one of the biggest slave trading areas, and a lot of slaves were killed there. And the reason why they were protesting is because when they graded the ground and tore everything down, they still found bone and stuff in the dirt from slaves.
Right.
This is what I was told. I didn't see it for myself, but they have documents in that paper saying that they saw the bones.
Right.
And that's why they protested. But then they built the new Memorial of Peace and Justice, which is still called the Lynching Museum because of what they did there. They still built it on top of that area. And they feel like that area is being glorified with that new museum, especially after something so heinous had happened.
Right. Now, who funds the new museum? The city?
Who protested?
No, the funding. Who builds that?
Oh, I don't remember the man's exact name, but his name is up at the museum.
Oh, it's a private? Privately?
He's the richest man in Montgomery.
He's the richest man in Montgomery?
This man he was a surgeon or something, and he was a big...
Oh, he's a surgeon.
He got big money. And
is he white or black?
He's white.
He's white. Okay.
He funded it and had it built there.
Okay.
He funded it from his own pocket.
Okay.
And had it built there.
Oh yeah, I wrote a book. I look at the brochure. Yeah, I got it here. His name, I forgot what his name is.
He's the one who had it built there. Even though a lot of people protesting didn't want it there.
They changed the name from Lynching Museum into the Legacy.
No, the Legacy is down here. They changed it from the Lynching Museum to Memorial of Peace and Justice.
Oh, Memorial of Peace and Justice.
Right. The Legacy Museum is connected to the Memorial of Peace and Justice, so I guess you can call them both part of the Lynching Museum.
Yeah. What are your personal feels about this? The protesting in the Lynching Museum and the bones being found?
I don't believe that it should be glorified what happened, but by the same token, I can't live by the heinous things that happened in the past.
Right.
It happened.
Yeah.
It was heinous, it was bad.
Right.
But people are learning from it, and it moved us to a better right now, present.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Only God can take us further to the future.
Right.
And change it even more, where people just see people as people. Because God only created one race, really.
Sure.
The human race.
Exactly.
And that's my feeling. A lot of people don't agree with the way I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take away the slavery history, or you take away part of the Confederate history, it becomes all a lie. You keep them both so that you understand both parts. And understand how it all came together. I don't hold it personal against anybody. Things happen. You know, it happened to my family. I had a great aunt who was a slave. I had uncle who was a slave. And they told me stories that I didn't know of, because I'm originally from the North, and I didn't know all the stuff that I know until I started moving down here and I started seeing it. But still, and hearing it, there's still a certain social divide, and people still separate themselves. blacks to one area, whites to another area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and the whites hold something against the blacks hold something against the whites, but it's not everybody. It's starting to change a little.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But until people start getting to know that people as people,
Mm-hmm.
then it's always going to be a social divide.
Right. Yeah.
And guess who wins?
I agree with you. Yeah.
And the government wins because if you don't let somebody, if we can't come together, and the government can keep people divided,
Mm-hmm.
then the government can step in and do anything they want to.
Sure. Thank
But
you.
up here,